China tariffs plus wedding dresses equals uncertainty. Here's how to prepare, and this is part one. Tariff talk. What's happening in the bridal industry? There's a lot of uncertainty swirling around the recent China tariffs, and the bridal industry is feeling it. During a visit to one of my bridal shops, I noticed a sign posted at the front desk. It read, "Tariff update. Due to ongoing changes in the tariff situation, a 10% tariff fee will be added to all special orders. We will cover the remaining tariff costs. There is no tariff fee on off-the-rack purchases or items currently in stock with the designer. We apologize for the inconvenience and hope that things return to normal pricing soon. Unfortunately, this is out of our control. Thank you for understanding." Now, this is just one example of how businesses are doing their best to adapt to changing circumstances. And it's a reminder that we're all navigating this uncertainty together. Whether you're a bridal shop owner or an alteration specialist, staying informed and planning ahead is more important than ever. So, what does this mean for us in bridal alterations? In short, it means a lot. These tariff changes could mean a shift in how brides are shopping. We're already seeing more sample dresses being sold as off the rack, and more gowns being ordered in whatever size is available in the designer's warehouse, whether it fits or not. And that means one thing for us: more complex alterations. Yeah, we're going to be seeing more of the ridiculous size changeouts. Likely. We're likely to see an increase in gowns that are several sizes too big or too small, or also damaged, those sample ones, how they're just worn and they have damages and they've just had a hard life. These poor samples. We're going to be seeing a lot more of them. And sometimes the bridal shop may just want to sell them at a discount, and sometimes the bridal shop may get them cleaned and then have us basically freshen them up, and they may just sell them at full price. I don't know how this is going to go. Each bridal shop will be a little bit different, but I do think that we need to dust up our skills on repair work, repairing English netting on the back from where those clamps always dig holes into the netting and things like that. Brides will need help and skills more than ever to make these gowns fit beautifully and comfortably, and that's where our expertise shines. In the next section, I'm going to talk about the specific types of alterations we can expect to see more of and how to approach them with confidence. Here are a few types of alterations you're likely to see more of. Basic mending of sample gowns, like I was just saying. Think zipper repairs, replacing missing buttons or hook and eyes, and fixing bodices that are made of that delicate English netting, all those stylus clamps that they just down the back of their dresses. It's really hard on those poor dresses. Now, also, we're going to be seeing significant take-ins, especially for brides purchasing dresses several sizes too large. Sometimes they're just trying to get the style they love, and then we just size it down to whatever size they actually are. And also significant let outs for brides, squeezing into a dress that's a size or two too small, hoping we can work some magic. I feel like our magic wands are going to get pulled out a lot. It's just how it is. And bridal shops are just doing their best. I think we need to be a little more understanding sometimes during this crisis when they're basically dealing with whatever the designers have in their warehouse right now. They'll be calling in, "Do you have a size 8? No. Of course, they're going to run out of size 8s right away. We're going to be left with the very tiny and the very large. Oh, not too many tinies. The tinies usually sell out fast too. I think we're going to be doing more sizing down than sizing up, but you never know. We'll just have to see what the brides choose. Okay, now here's something else that I think we need to keep in mind. We might also see a shift in how brides think about alterations. Some may request more budget-friendly options or want alterations done for future resale of the dress. And so we need to keep that in mind. For example, they might ask us not to trim seams or hems or request a corset back added while keeping the original zipper intact to kind of help with the flexibility of if they try and resell it, having those options with the corset or the zipper back if they're a smaller size. So we need to keep that mentality. And frankly, the brides may not know these options are available, and it may really help if we give them more options, have more discussion about their budget and how they feel about different pricing on their dresses. Something that we can do to help on this is maybe make up a sample book of different bustles. Now on bustles, something that we can do is maybe these are old-fashioned back in the olden days, of course, so I remember these dance loops. They are super inexpensive to do, very quick, and might be a better option for some of these budget brides, especially, those chiffon full skirts, how you end up needing so many pickup points to really get them off the ground because they just are so drapey and flimsy that they just don't stay up without many, many different pickups. A dance loop is a great budget idea for these little flowy chiffon dresses and trains. And so, you may want to brush up your skills and have a few samples of different bustles, which ones are more inexpensive, which ones are more extensive and pricier, and also have that dance loop as an option. And the same with a lot of these alterations. There's the way that we love and take pride in doing a beautiful job, and there are ways to do it that are very cost effective that, yes, it hurts your eyes, but if the bride is in a tight budget and really can't afford it, giving them those options is kind. And it won't kill us to give some options for them to choose. I also recommend, this is an idea from Mimi Jackson. At a symposium, she talked about this. For hems, having maybe a bunch of samples of different hems and the price of each, because different hems are definitely different prices, from the very easiest, just a roll serge, to a hand rolled and hemmed by hand. I mean, you can go the whole gamut and basically price it by the foot. For this one, this is how much per foot, so that they can decide, do I really want the horsehair in? Do I not want the horsehair in? And also, when you're doing it by foot, sometimes these girls think they're saving money on not having a bustle by having you hem it all the way around, and don't realize how much more you are having to hem, and how a bustle is much more cost effective than having to hem all the way around, all those layers on a dress. So priced per foot is a good eye-opener for them on the reality of hems. But giving them all those different options and letting them see, because there are some brides who literally I just want it shorter. I don't care what it looks like, clear down at the bottom. I just want it shorter and want your most budget. And we may need to take our egos, put them in our back pocket, and even though that is not in our vision the best and most professional way to do it, it may be the kindest to their budget way of doing it. And making ourselves a little more open to that may be very helpful for these brides who are having some very expensive wedding dresses and trying to slim down on their budgets. Okay. As the industry shifts, our ability to adapt is going to be vital. The changes brought on by tariffs and uncertain supply chains mean more brides will rely on us to work miracles. Yes, they will. And we want to be ready. This is a perfect time to brush up on your techniques, strengthen your skills, and stay confident no matter what comes your way. And I think keeping your communication with the bride open and is a big help. That very first fitting, having these conversations, talking about the pricing, making sure that they understand their choices and make it the bride's choice on how much they want to pay. Not that you lower your fees. You simply, if they're on a budget, you do it the budget way that takes less labor. You don't lower your price on what you were worth. You price it according to their budget with less work for you. Okay? I don't want you ever making your pricing their budget. That's their job, but they need to make the choices that keep it in their budget. It's not your choice on your pricing. Your pricing doesn't lower. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? Let me say it one more time. Your pricing is your pricing. But if you charge significantly less for a low budget hem, and that is their choice, then you're staying in their budget. Okay. If they want the high end hem, they pay the high end price. Okay. We're not talking about you getting paid less for your labor. We're talking about them making choices that stay in their budget, not you lowering how much you were paid by the hour to fit their budget. Okay, does that make sense? I would never want any bride alteration person to ever do that. Okay, if you're looking for guidance on training or just a boost of inspiration, I've got you covered. Check out my website and also my latest tutorials on YouTube. And we're in this together, and your sewing talent is more valuable than ever right now. These bridal shops are really going to be depending on us to help them sell these dresses. Where they're not anywhere close in sizing, there'll be more and more of those situations. And these bridal shops will really be dependent on us as seamstresses to make this happen. Their sales will really depend on us. So we need to keep that in mind. And I think the bridal shops need to keep that in mind too, don't you think? Yes. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.